So you see the path depending on, and then you see the URL. That's I said the URL definition is a little bit different for because this goes to the user role and then show the user roles, and then there is a labeling information for you link, hyperlinks, and then this additional information, and see that the same thing is happening. And now you should look for the very first to the our where is located our all the definition of the, this is index phase, when that means when your application started. Even though here this is the most important one, you can by build it like the paging part and then heading part, heading and paging all together. Then that means you don't need to every time to inject those files, those to hard coded one. You can dynamically set here one extra templates for head and the header and footer, this template, and it automatically injected to all the pages. Because, and here I didn't did it, but you can do it. It's like customized way. So here is our user registration, user registration pages, and then you see our input, and you see that our form names, the user forms, the files field set, and the method is action add method, post methods, and then all the entries that you needed to the forms. Or even though in all the entries, what you need to insert or to create your view pages, even though the same thing is in the models. And sometimes some customer says, okay, maybe we more in the models we have a more attributes definition in the view, we don't need to generate to those views, the GUI part, because you see the one example, this is the primary key should be generated automatically when you create some entries. I will show you how is it done, because this is our mechanism. So this is the user has input their address ID, or even though that's automatically coming from the third party, maybe somewhere some application to inject the all address information, and then later you can look for this address information, see the detail on the third applications, and the first name, last name, middle name, and then full name and username, password when they created, and submit the input, submit button, and then the save button. And that is the list of user or the already registered user. When you add it and delete it and update it, and then it's automatically updated your final list. So we see the user registration user ID. This is the ID coming from automatically or created automatically in the database. When you show it, and you can see it automatically from the database, because this is the user input, all of things. So these actions, and this is the relative models. You can change it in this GUI part, whatever it is like to do. Maybe your layout is different than I expect, but depending on the customer, how you design your UX, I mean that designer think about this one. Maybe customer, maybe different colors or different orientation of the models, or even different navigation structure, navigation way, formats, depending on the customer. That's what they need. So you see that all the iteration is done. List iteration is important one. The tag, they iterate, and through our list, we have it in here in the controller definition. So you see our keys, all the list, and iterate through the list, and then put it then into the pages. When you see the pages, then you can look for the idea how this can work. So here the CRUD operations, so here the operations, so it's delete and actions, and that's the same thing is happening here. So that's you iterate through the list and present that these are the tables, and we see the tables, and then good. And here is our user role informations. And then this is the same thing here. This is our form name, and add methods is here, and post method is here. The all necessary entries. And you see that there is the hidden entries is automatically created in the database level. The same thing. So username, user type, and when user is created. And then same thing is happening in the presentation level, in the table level. There is 4 additional columns. So this is the one columns, the user role and name type and create, and these 2 actions. The same thing is happening here. This address informations. Address information is still the same things. You can do more things here. Maybe address information, reference type, and is here. All things is here, and still the same thing. The same thing is happening here. So all the information. That's the most important one. You need to be careful when the customer says, okay, we have a different attributes. If you have a more attribute, maybe 20 or 30 or 40 attribute in the same tables or same models, and then the user says we need only 5 or 6 or 10, or because we cannot put it our pages in the horizontal way. Yeah, we put it possible 5 or 6 columns standard one, or 7 columns in the presentation level is okay. But if you put it 20 columns, it's terrible. We cannot build such a pages in the after when you build such a pages with 20 columns or even the more, then standard rendering take times. It's not the optimum way to do. So that means if you have in the model class is 20 attributes is defined, in the presentation level, maybe you need only 5 or 6 or 7, but this is the presentation level. Just what you need, just need the presentation definitions, what columns you need to present, and then this is the operations, what you do operate, because operation need your primary keys. That's what we generate automatically in our code generations, our key generation process. So then when something happen, our addition information, the error pages, this is standard error pages from the FreeMarker or maybe Spring Boot FreeMarker. Even they can more customize it. Like when the 400 or 401 exception coming through this exception or did something wrong, something your own customized exception. That's thing is possible to do. So that means we are already finished our all things, so our model definitions, our repository definition, service definition, and service implementation, utilities, and we did our CSS part. Maybe here is too less, but you can do more to build customize, and we did our templates, and then all the necessary templates what we need to these projects, and even though you can do additional template and then inject this template to our real pages. So you can put it like one special template here and inject the template is here, not to write this directly here to build the template, call the template here and build automatically a dynamic way. So that's we already did our configurations, and then here's it automatically test package. Because for this level I didn't did too much testing because I tried to make in the browser level test, maybe Selenium test. That's why I don't do a lot of things to test. So that means what we need to now run our application into the local deployment. So our local database and the local deployment. So when the local is working, our all test is working in the browser level, then we will go, then we will build our jar files. We already build our one of the 2 versions for this application, or maybe even the more. You need more, and then maybe this week this version, maybe next week different versions. Then you can build it, just copy this jar file to the jar. I will show you how is it. So then very fast we need to deploy the application what we did, and we have to check in the browser level, is it everything working properly. If it's everything working, tested properly in the browser level, even though with Selenium in the local level, in the local development environment, then you find out build your jar files versions and put it somewhere. So now let's start how to build a application in the local applications.